What's the deal with my people? JR to AR here with Colorblind Entertainment, and today I'm here at B-Pool Kicks. Shout out my boy Kyle, and I'm here with a very good friend of mine, Kinkyy.
Your boy Kinkyy, the one and only.
What other names do you go by?
I go by Major Heartthrob, aka Kinkyy, aka Mr. Deli Smack Dizzle, Kinkyy Jackson back in action. You know, one and only. Stop playing.
And we are here, B-Pool Kicks, Phoenix Flexing show tonight. You've come a long way since the first time I met you, fool.
A long way.
I remember the first time I saw anything Kinkyy related.
It's been a long couple years.
I'm telling you my entry point before we go into your life story. This is about me right now.
Okay. Tell me about yourself.
Anyway.
From JR's point of view.
Let's hear my perspective
Let's
first.
hear it.
I want to hear how it got to that point. But
Okay, let's do it.
My first experience with you, I was on Instagram. I was at my boy Javi's house.
Boy Javi, shout out Javi.
Shout out Javi. And I was going on the gram. I saw Afro's story.
Aphrodisiac. Shout out my boy.
And there was some Mexican kid
Fucking mustache.
with a funny mustache with no shirt on
Crumping and shit.
in a gas station with a bunch of hood niggas. And he was spitting some cold shit, and I was very intrigued. Like, I was very interested because, like, your voice did not match your image. And, like, you, along with, like, I could only say, like, maybe Yabby and Owe had this sort of charisma that, like, helps push your music, like, farther. Like, your personality really has that shit go. So, like I said, my first introduction was Blue Bunnies. But how'd you get to that point? Like, what was your... Tell me about, like, the early days of the Kinkyys.
Blue Bunnies was actually a freestyle that me and Serv had made, like, maybe over a year and a half before it even got finished. Like, that was a throwaway. Like, a throwaway song.
So when did you first, like, create, like, the concept for that record?
For that record, it was probably 2019. Like mid-2019 at Serv's old studio in National City.
Serv Gotti on the motherfucking beat, baby.
Motherfucking beat, baby. But then, so it was just like a little smacked freestyle. Like I just spit it all in one take, and so I didn't really think nothing of it. And then we had changed spots. We were living like in National City.
Y'all were roommates or what?
Yeah, we were roommates. Me, Big Serv, Low Serv, and C-Pup had pulled up to the crib, and we were playing beats. We were just playing beats, going through some shit, and then. That song had popped up. It was an old ass record, like from a year prior, and he heard it. And he was like, "What the fuck is that?" You know, like, play that shit. And I didn't think that it was nothing special at the time, but then he played it. He was listening to it, writing a little bit. He spit his little shit on it, and then like me and Serv looked at each other like, "Hold up, this is some shit right here. Like we got some shit." So I just tapped in with my boy my boy AV. I think we got it. We linked up at Afro's little studio. Fucking Keek was there, Smokey GM, free my boy.
Free Smokey.
Everybody was there, really. Loser was there, Serv, all the homies. And then we just shot the video right there. Shot the video, dropped it on Nick's page. Shout out my boy Nick, always fucking taking care of me.
Nick Rodriguez, the fucking goat.
For sure, yeah. We just dropped that little shit, and then it kind of took off from there, bro. That was my first little one that kind of really took off, you know? And then it got me the eyes that I felt like I deserved, you know.
Shit, fool, got my attention. I remember, I saw that snippet and I DM'd you and me and like, bro, you hard. Keep going.
That's hard. I appreciate that for real, brother.
No problem, bro. Like,
that was the start of an amazing relationship. Now I just wake up to random fucking FaceTimes from this fucking idiot.
Yeah, even when like this motherfucker don't answer my calls for like days at a time, it's like, oh, it's cool, it's Christmas. I'm trying to tap in with the homie, but
Christmas,
like
the holidays you feel me? The holidays aren't always the greatest time of the year for me.
And that's why you're supposed to tap in with your peoples and let your peoples tap in with you. What kind of shit is that?
I mean,
what the fuck?
I'm working on it. Next year I'm gonna be completely different. You feel me? It's going 180.
But I want to take it even farther back, like before Blue Bunnies. Like
Blue Bunnies.
What was like your upbringing, right? Like what kind of kid were you in school?
Okay,
like,
I was a good kid in school. I grew up National City. For me, born
nasty
and raised.
City, fool.
City they call nasty. My pops was like, you know, well known in the city, but I just kind of stayed out the way. You feel me? Did my little schoolwork.
How was your like grades in school?
My grades were good. They were good up until like senior year, and then that's when I got like accepted to college, CSU San Marcos, and then I kind of just like stopped going to class and then
because you're like, yo, I made it, nigga.
Yeah,
like, I just need to like pass.
Exactly. Like my plan was to go to San Diego State, and so I was accepted to San Diego State until my senior year. And then my senior year is when I started fucking off, and then they revoked my little fucking admission, and then I had to go to Cal State San Marcos. But I lived in the dorm for a year. It was cool. It just was too fucking expensive, you know? It was a fucking scam for sure.
How much were they asking for, like, per semester?
I don't even want to talk about that. Fucking went there for a year, and then I just dropped out. Well, I went there for 2 years. First year I was in the dorm. Second year I dropped out. But it was cool because they had, like, a fucking little music studio there. So I was right there recording on campus. That's where I recorded, like, a couple of, not my first songs, but I recorded, like, a few songs there.
And were you rapping in high school and shit before that, or?
Yeah, I was rapping since I was like 17. That's when I met Serv Gotti and Lil Serv, Shot by Serv.
How'd y'all link up?
I went to school with Lil Serv, Shot by Serv, and then I dropped one song that I recorded on my fucking earphones. Like literally, I video recorded myself with the Apple earphones in, fucking played a beat literally through the mic, fucking doubled it. I recorded it twice. Literally had 2 layers of vocals. Then I did a little video to MP3, and I showed Lil Serv. I sent it to him, and then he just told his older brother about me, and then since then we locked in. I was just ditch class and go to his fucking house. He lived like across the street from my high school, so
That's crazy.
that's how me and Serv Gotti linked up. I was 17, so 18, 19, 20, like over 5 years. Over 5 years been making music with Serv.
God damn.
It's been quite the journey for sure. But yeah.
And you said Afro was there when you made Blue Bunnies, right?
Afro wasn't there, but Afro let me use his studio. I met Afro late 2019 or September 2019 on Serv's birthday. Actually, we pulled up to Mondi's crib, and
Mondi, another fire.
God Body Mondi, shout out my fucking boy. Go tap in with him at God Body Monday and at Aphrodisiac Music. Stop fucking playing. But we linked up at his grandma's crib, and that was the first time I ever met them. But they had been DMing me on Instagram and shit. And as soon as I walked in the crib, they were playing beats, and I had already had some shit to lay down. So we ended up making like 3 songs that day, and ever since then it's just been locked in. Like when you got the studio right there in Otay, I was over there like almost every day. Tried to be. Made a lot of connections there, a lot of good relationships in the industry. Met a lot of good people.
A lot of hits were made out that bitch.
Many fucking hits. The whole album, the whole Don Julio Diaries album was made there.
Kinkyy and Afro.
Kinkyy, Afro, and Cosmo and Mondi.
Shout out
Can't
all
leave
the
them out.
boys. I haven't mentioned
Definitely.
Cosmo this whole time. Cosmo, another fire ass producer, crazy with a lot of
hidden
instruments.
weapon, bro. He's definitely the piece to the puzzle right there. He's needed. You know, behind the scenes, he don't get a lot of, but that's how he likes it.
Yeah, bro, he's a humble beast.
Humble beast for sure.
But you brought up the tape, and I had to say, like, I love how that shit was, like, sequenced. Like, I think I told you that, like, when I first played it. I was just like, you had that first song, Dolce Gabbana Sprinkles, and it's just so, like...
Oopty swadoopty, baby.
Yeah, you said Oopty Sadoopty. I put the Oopty in her coochie. You're like, who the fuck is this?
See that a Hoopty. Shout out my boy In and Out, bro. That shit was... I woke up one morning, and I was scrolling through my little stories on Instagram, and my boy In and Out, he's from National City, too. He was just...
I thought you were talking about the burger franchise. I was like, why are you...
Nah, In and Out. In and Out. Fucking... He just was fucking popping it on his Instagram story, talking about Oopty, Swadoopty, baby. He was cruising down National City. It was just talking some shit, but I remember just cracking the fuck up at that. Like, I was just like, what the fuck is this motherfucker saying? And I went to the studio that night. I called that fool. I was like, hey, bro, I'm about to use you on the intro to my album. He was like, oh, shit. So I fucking made that little Dolce Gabbana Sprinkle shit.
So him saying that Dolce Gabbana Sprinkle, that was all him?
Yeah, that was all him just talking his shit. He said, what did he say? I don't even fucking remember. You go listen to that motherfucker. The whole intro was him just freestyling off the top, bro. But that was the little inspiration for that song for sure. And then Afro sent it to Keith. Keith got on it, did his little thing on it, and then, feel me?
You need a video for that.
I've been trying to, feel me, get it done. I'm gonna have Nick do it for sure, A couple times he's been in San Diego. We try to put it together. It's just, it's only time for me. We give it its time. I know it'll come when it needs to. But yeah.
I didn't there's a fucking train going through the mall.
Chill, motherfucker. Hop on it. Let's get a scene.
Fucking, how would you explain your relationship with Nick? Good friend of both of ours.
Yeah, Nick is that fucking dude, bro. I met Nick late 2019.
How'd you run into, bro?
I ran into him at a fucking music video shoot. One of my old homies. He was shooting a video with Nick, and he was popping at the time. The person who he was shooting for, and this was before I had like even 1,000 followers. Like, not that I have that much more right now, but for me, I was barely getting I hadn't got a little buzz yet. So I was chopping it up with Nick, and he was telling me, he was like if you're serious about it, this was before he heard my music. He was like, if you're serious about it, you can link up, talk about prices or whatever. And he had heard my song, Sorry for the Wait. Sorry for the Wait. That's that little Cassie, the Me and You.
Yeah.
Hell, he heard that shit. And then he was like, what the fuck, this is y'all? I was like, yeah, this is us. So I just locked in with him, you feel me? Bought a little video off him. And ever since then, like, every time he drops one of my videos on his page, it just, for me, seems to go up. So, like, every time we get the chance to work, whether I'm in LA or he's in Dago, like, we just try to link up every time. So,
how does the treatments work for y'all? Because, like, you're such a creative person that you have a vision for a lot of the stuff you do. So I know you're really hands-on in the process.
Yeah, no, for sure. I like to, you feel me, like, when they're making the beat, whether it be in the studio, like, I like to, you feel me, be a part of the process. Not too much, not get in the way, but definitely be a part of I definitely have a ear for the beats too, for sure.
And your visuals as well, like Pamela in particular. That's one that
Pamela.
always sticks up.
Shout out to fucking Blazing Suns, dude. My boy Afro and Giovanni's. Definitely fucking, that couldn't have been done without them. They're the shit. They definitely put that together, but that visual was something else. That one was for sure another stamp in my shit.
Yeah,
sure.
It just wrapped into your brand, Young Heartthrob.
For real, the Heartthrob, bro. Right there at the poolside, shooting bitches in the face with the Super Soaker.
That house was nice as fuck.
Yeah, shout out to the Broncos. My people have Broncos. If you know, you know. If you've been to Afros, you've definitely ate at Broncos. Shout out to those people. Good people.
Holding you down?
Holding me down, you feel me? That was actually their spot. That was their little crib right there. So that was cool.
One thing you mentioned is just like you not having like a lot of clout or like a following yet, but like
I definitely have the right eyes on me though.
I was about to say, like, and you remember like where G-Fay was this time last year?
No, yeah, for sure, bro.
This time last year, this nigga had your following. So it's like it only takes that one record to really get that shit popping. You have a core.
Bro. Shout out, bro.
Yeah. Shout out Young Deuce.
Shout out Deuce, 22 G-Fay.
One of the hardest little fucks out the city.
Sure.
Annoying ass nigga. But yeah, bro. Like I told you when we were talking with Flashy, like it literally just takes one record and anyone could.
No, yeah, for sure. It just takes that one record, and I'm glad that I've been building my catalog. You know what I mean? So that when I do finally get that one that takes off, people will have shit to listen to.
One thing I shit on San Diego rappers for, and like I'm super honest about it, is like niggas don't drop projects.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers do not drop bodies of work. They think they can work 3 or 4 singles a year and that shit's gonna work. Like, not everyone is a Lil Maru. Not everyone is a Lil Weirdo. Like, until you get to the point where people are yearning from your music, you gotta push it out like you're a starving artist. Because at the end of the day, no one's really that popping.
Exactly.
In the grand scheme of things, none of y'all could tour past fucking Arizona, and with that being said, you got to keep building that brand worth.
Exactly.
So like the fact that you are so early in your game and you're already putting together like 14, 15 track projects, sequencing them, making sure you have the right features and shit. Like,
and that's a trip because before I even met Afro, or before when it was just me and Serve locked in his bedroom, we literally dropped 6 tapes, 6 little EPs in 1 year, and like
6 tapes.
6 tapes. Like they were like whatever little 5-track little EPs, but we dropped 6 of them. And that was before I was getting a little couple hundred views, like a little 1,000. I thought I was like, oh shit, I got 1,000 views. But that was before I even ran into Afro. So that was like all 2017 through 2019. I dropped like 6 of them. And then it was like meant to be that I met Afro, because as soon as I met him, we just locked in, and it was just like took off ever since then. That's where I met like a lot of people. He put me on. We've been through a lot, me and Afro.
Yeah,
and me and Surf too, but
those are like your big bros, huh?
Those are my people right there. I would kill and I would die for them. Real shit. My brothers.
They linked you with Sethi, right?
Yeah, I met Sethi at Afro's studio, his old studio. Yeah, that was a cool little. That was we made Survival Guide. That was the first one we did.
The one off the tape.
Yeah, it's on the Don Julio Diaries.
Video shot by Nick Rodriguez.
Shot by Nick. Stop playing. But yeah, that came about. We were just making that record. It was me and Afro at the studio, And then I heard a knock at the door. Some tall ass motherfucker. I just seen a shadow. And then he opens the door, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, fuck, you're tall as fuck. But that song was playing in the background, whatever. So we were just playing fucking 2K, fucking throwing darts and shit, smoking. And then after the session was over, he told me, he was like, hey, I fuck with that shit y'all made. I'm about to hop on it. So he blessed me with that little verse. And then ever since then, it was just like, that was just big bro. I fuck with him. That's my dude.
You excited for that show tonight?
I'm excited for the show tonight. It's about to go up. We're about to go crazy.
Fucking
All the homies performing.
Phoenix, Lil Maru,
I know
Sethy
that.
Schmack,
Yeah.
22. You remember when Phoenix first followed you?
Yeah, hella, yeah. Bro was like the first real popping artist to ever tap in with me, like on IG.
I remember
That
you
was a
fucking
trip.
texted me immediately like,
Yeah.
yo, Phoenix Flexer followed me. What the fuck?
Hell, that was a trip though, cause I seen that he commented on one of my shits, and then I just thought it was like a fake page or whatever. And I clicked on it, and it was like follow back with the little verification shit. So I was like, okay. So I just followed bro back, and then I was just waiting, you feel me, to see what happened, and then he just tapped in with me. He just said, keep going. So
Stay tuned. That's all I'm gonna stay on that. Who else in the city have you been fucking with? Like, we talked about a ton of producers who have been holding you down.
City's going crazy right now, bro. Everyone's going hard. Everyone's doing their thing for real. But me personally, who I be fucking with out the city.
Like, who do you catch yourself creating with the most?
I had a couple sessions recently with E. Corleone.
Corleone's one of the
crazy,
hardest
bro.
in the city.
For real. His
You need to
shit's
tell that
hard.
nigga he need to get up here.
I know, for real, yeah. You got for sure. We got to get him on this shit. But yeah, E. Corleone, I had a few sessions with bro.
I feel like his name is
Lil Dottie, I got a couple songs with Lil Dottie, some videos about to come out.
Another
My
underrated
boy
artist.
Flashy B right here, I got some shit with him. Nick shot that video too.
Oh yeah, I was there
Some
when you
hard
recorded
shit.
it.
Yeah,
That shit was
sir,
hard.
you were there. Mills was there. Look, my boy Afro DJX beat. I got some shit with who else is on my shit?
You got some shit with Speedy, right?
Oh yeah, Speedy out of LA. Fuck with my boy Speedy for LA. Go tap in with him. I got some shit produced by 88 and Ladiano, I believe.
Ladiano.
That double it. Go stream that shit. Go watch that video on YouTube on my boy Nick's page. Stop Sign Productions. Go tap in with that shit.
That nigga Speedy a really humble person.
Bro,
Aren't you
Speedy,
popping out of his?
He's been working.
Aren't you popping out of his shit with Suede?
The little show with Sway, yeah, we're finna perform that little double it song. So you feel me? Stay tuned for that too. I'm finna go up.
Most definitely, bro. One thing I wanted to ask is like,
What you wanna ask me, bro?
even with like your small following, bro,
Yeah.
the bitches love you,
Do
bro.
they? The bitches
The
love me?
girls love you, bro. And was this something that you always grew up with? Was this like off the music shit, or were you always like a ladies man?
You feel me? Like just the name, like the little image, the videos I be putting out.
That really changed
type of
shit for you?
music. Not that it changed shit. I mean, it was never a problem. It was never an issue. Just I never really went out of my way. I still don't go out of my way to do shit. Really,
I mean, in the sense of females being way more forward, like,
no, yeah,
yo,
definitely, it definitely made them more forward. You feel me? You feel me? Now they be coming from every which way, but it's always really been like that, kind of. You feel me? I could say. No, I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but you know.
I'm not trying to toot your horn or anything, but
Bitches, tooting horns. And all that.
what do you
the
look for in a
bitches.
girl? Like,
I look
what
for,
does a girl need to like win Kinky's heart?
Girls to win my heart, they need a beautiful soul. Feel me? I don't care about all that extra shit, bro. If they're not, you feel me, they're not thinking the right way, saying the right shit, doing the right things, I can't fuck with them, bro. Like bitches are really annoying sometimes.
As fuck.
For me, I'm not pointing no fingers, but the baddest bitches be like, get the fuck out of the way from me, please.
And relationships, in a lot of sense, can really hold you back when you're really on your grind trying to get to a certain
Yeah,
place.
unless you find the right one, you know what I mean? Unless you find the right female who's willing to, stick with you, you know what I mean? And really support you, push you to the next level, not doubt you, you know what I mean? Because you got to keep all that doubt. Keep all that doubt away from you for sure when you're doing this type of shit, bro. Because only one way to go and it's up, you know that for sure.
Is that something you've experienced a lot of? Like, have you had a lot of doubt at times?
I'm thankful that my family, for the most part, they fuck with it, they support it. My mom for sure, she supports it. My mom be pulling up, feel me, bumping my shit, so she.
Has she supported it
fucks
from
with
day
the
one, or
shit.
did it had to like grow on her?
Nah, my mom supported it from day one. Like it had to grow on a lot of people until they really seen what I was doing. But no one was ever really tripping about it or saying like, why the fuck you rapping? Like it was just like something I did. It always sounded cool, sounded nice. So I've always had support in that aspect.
That's fire. That's fire.
Yeah, it's dope, bro. I like it. I'm glad.
No, that's good. You keep your family close to you. I see you always spending time.
Definitely.
Even last night, I was trying to get you to pull up to this party.
I was with Mama Bear. I was with Mama Bear. You feel me? Gotta stay around. You know, we're the only things that they have. You know, as a kid, as a child, you gotta fuck with your parents. You know, love my dad too. Shout out my pops.
Is he around right now?
Free pops. Free pops for. Hell.
You think he'll be home anytime soon?
Hopefully. You know. Hopefully. Only God knows, really.
For sure.
For sure. But I love my dad, though. He definitely still supports me, too. He be calling, asking me about all the new shit that's coming out, you know.
And that's good that he's, like, at least wants to still be present.
Yeah, like, he be putting motherfuckers on in there, too. He be talking about it, so that's
that
cool.
Nigga saying oopty sadoopty.
Oopty swadoopty, feel me? For sure, they're saying oopty swadoopty out there. George Bailey. But, yeah, you know. Still a family's man, you know. I love my grandma. I love my brother's sisters. Sorry, little baby sister.
Scoot a little closer to the mic.
A little closer to the mic. Hella, love my little baby sister too. You closer to the mic too,
homie.
Motherfucker.
Okay. But why do you do this? Like you said earlier, like you got accepted to multiple colleges. You actually went to CSU San Marcos. Like
it just wasn't like I knew that wasn't what I wanted to do, you know?
Yeah.
Like I did it. I experienced it. Lived there. I met a lot of cool people there too, for sure. I made a lot of good relationships there. A lot of crazy ass motherfuckers. But after a couple years of, you know, just being in class, doing homework and shit, it wasn't me. Like really I was making music at the school too. You know, so I was using their studio that they had, a little facility to help build this shit. And from the beginning, me and Serve, like our sound was hot, you know, like people were fucking with our sound, so there wasn't no reason to stop, and there still hasn't been no reason to stop. So, you know, I'm just keeping it going, keeping it rolling. And this past year has been the year, like for real, that really bubbling up, like making my shit like bubble up a little bit. I've been getting, like you were saying, not a lot of eyes, but I have the right eyes on me, you know. That's for sure.
And I know more than most people, and it's just like the groundwork you put in last year, like it's really going to start showing itself. And what do you think are a few of the things that you've done in particular that have set you apart, that have like gotten you some of the connections and some of the opportunities that other people might be mad at you for? Like, oh, why is this nigga fucking with Kinkyy? Whether it be a videographer,
no one should be mad. You feel me? It's all love for real. But a lot of the shit I do is like, you gotta stay in the studio. For real, you gotta stay in the studio. You gotta build connections with these producers, like
genuine relationships.
Like you really gotta like, because without the producers, none of this shit's possible. Without the videographers, none of this shit's possible. Without everyone behind the scenes, it's not possible. So if you stay in the studio, you stay locked in, build these relationships with the right people, and it's all genuine. You don't gotta go out of your way to do it. It's just like, you know, for me, you meet someone, they fuck with you, they fuck with what you're doing. You guys just build. Like I met a lot of people through just being in the studio, artists and videographers, and you gotta stay consistent with the videos. Like you gotta keep your face in the people's face for sure. Like you gotta stay, feel me? Keep your shit just rolling. Like keep videos in the cut. So like when you drop one shit and that shit starts to bubble up, you have something else to drop, and then just keep that shit going. Because if you just drop in that video every once and every here and there, just dropping a couple of songs, you're in the studio like every once a week. Like yeah, it's cool, but
like we were saying earlier, not everyone has the pleasure of being like a little Maru and like he can drop every like 2-3 months and that shit's always
still gonna pop up. You
like
feel me?
You gotta build that. Like
you really gotta build it. You really gotta build it. Like I've been doing this shit for like, it's crazy to say, like 5 years. But really doing it, like, where I actually realized, okay, I wasn't really doing shit then. Like, now, when I realize I'm actually doing it, like, maybe 2.5, 3 years ago, maybe. And people don't see the work you're doing then until, like, maybe, like, a year later, you're looking back at it, like, okay, damn, I really was working. Like, that shit is popping off. You feel me? So, like,
built yourself a whole resume in that time.
So, even though you don't think it's really working, like, you're really doing something, like, just give it a little bit of time, see if that, you feel me? See if what you did pays off, for sure. And it has for sure. That's why I gotta keep my foot on the gas, keep that shit on their necks, you know.
No, for sure. As far as hard working, like you're one of the top prospects in the city.
I appreciate that, bro.
And as far as prospects, I want to ask you, what do you think of that list I made?
That list, bro, it was my favorite list for sure. You feel me?
You think so?
I wasn't on it, but everyone on that list, I listened to them. So.
And do you know what I thought was really dope? Like if you go back to that list, the most comments of who people wanted on there, who wasn't on
Yeah.
there was you and Smokey GM.
Oh damn. Okay. Hell no.
With Smokey GM, it's just
People
like,
fuck with
yo, he's fighting like a real ass case. I'm not saying
bro.
he's gonna have a good 2022. Like, I don't even know what's 2022 is
Free,
looking
bro.
out for him.
Yeah.
If January 1st had come around and Owe had still been incarcerated, he wouldn't have been number 3. He wouldn't have been on the list at all because I can't predict the future for someone who's not outside.
Hell no.
But
Even all the work they did put in.
most definitely. But your fans,
they working for sure.
but the streets cut that shit short so quick,
feel
and
it.
that's why like
But
I
no,
feel
yeah,
like
shout out to fans though, bro. Shout out. I got some support, a supportive ass fan base for sure, bro. They fuck with me. They be
Yeah.
tapping in too. They be sharing my shit.
you got a solid
Content,
core, fool,
yeah.
and that's what people neglect. Like
But shout out my boy.
Smokey.
No, fucking, I be high. Fucking. The fuck is he saying?
You can't hit my Little no more. Shout out Little.
Shout
Hashtag
out.
Little.
Fuck, my boy Coca, bro. His list was hard too. You feel me? I
Oh,
made
yeah,
that.
Coca,
shout out
that's
boy
my
Coca.
dog.
I had a little blank, you know.
No, Coca's list, that was actually way more in depth than mine. And he covered like
Yeah,
the
Kill Coca, bro.
incarcerated
Shout out my boy.
artists, the
Bro, he
videographers,
did his thing, bro.
producers. Like
It really, put some time
Coca
into
is
that
one of
shit.
those people I feel like
For
really
sure,
gonna help
yeah.
like
Shout out
elevate the scene out
Kill
here in the
Coca.
city.
I'll tap in, bro. No,
And
yeah.
now, what do you got going on? What's coming next?
Right now, I'm working on my next album. So we dropped that the Don Julio Diaries early last year. So I'm finna drop the Heartthrob album. You know, produced by Aphrodisiac and Surf Gotti. So it's a little. Last one was just Afro. So this time I'm throwing my boy Surf on there. He got that. Hard
How many
shit,
songs?
too. I'm thinking like 15, 16, probably about the same as the
Some
last
light.
one. Yeah, something light, but all bangers though. I'm gonna try to keep that shit knocking from beginning to end for sure.
And when we dropping?
It's less features too. It's a lot of just me on this one. Last time I had a lot of features on it, but this time it's just me. I'm planning to drop that shit like right before spring break.
Are you dropping that shit that you just did with Corleone recently? I heard that in the studio the other night.
The Gouda.
No, not the Gouda.
The Totter.
Yeah.
Hopscotch Totter stop dropping roll. Yeah, that's just gonna come out soon. I got some shit with my boy E, bro. We finna shoot a video to that Gouda.
Yeah.
Like, fuck with that Gouda shit.
Yeah, I really fuck with
And
that
then the
Gouda
stop
shit.
drop and roll. Yeah, we got some shit. Who knows? For me, might throw those shits on the album too. Who knows? For me.
You got some crazy shit in the cut.
Yeah. Speaking of, cause we were talking about Seti earlier. Bro, we have hella shit that's just unreleased. You feel me?
Y'all probably have damn near an E EP.
Yeah, no, for sure. We definitely have enough, but it's just right now it's just in the cut. We gotta wait for the right timing. You know, it's all, and we could build off that. Either it's too like if they don't drop, you know. It's
Exactly.
still there to build off of. But
That's what I'm saying. You just loading
a
up the
lot of
vault
shit,
right now.
Exactly, bro. A lot of unreleased shit. Crazy collabs. A lot of videos on the way. Shout out my boy Nick. Been working heavy with, bro.
Any artists or producers that you would want to work with that are like dreams?
That I'm trying to work with, artists and producers. I'm trying to fuck with my boy Phoenix. You feel me? Just 'cause he tapped in, you feel me? He showed love. I'm trying to fuck with my boy Phoenix. Trying to get some more shit in with Ladiano, bro. I fuck with bro, and he was showing love when he was out here in the city. So I fuck with my boy Ladiano.
That's the
But
homie.
for the most part, oh yeah, and you feel me? Ron and Ace the Face and all those fools. I fuck with them just 'cause that's really what I was listening to when I started making all this shit. So you feel me? You feel me? If they're fucking with me, I'm definitely trying to fuck with them.
Bet.
But yeah, for the most part though, I just keep my keep the beats coming out of San Diego. You know, keep it local.
You know I do it for the city.
Yeah, fuck with my people out the city for sure.
And where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram, Twitter at _Kinkyy with 2 Y's. YouTube. Most of my videos are on stop signs, but I got a YouTube too, Kinkyy with 2 Y's. Go for me, tap in, do the thing. All platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, everything. YouTube, tap in.
Y'all go run my boy shit up.
Run it up.
This
A
has
lot of
been
shit on the way,
another
too.
episode of Colorblind Conversations. JR to AR. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And thanks for sliding up, my boy.
You already know the deal, brother.
We out.